And we also,
with the shot.
Mary's not here to take the minutes.
Right. Mary Ann's not here.
I'm going to call the Physical Service Committee's meeting to order. Would you please call the roll?
Councillor Enright.
Here.
Councillor Walker. Here. Councillor Barlow.
Here.
Okay, I want to approve the minutes of December 1, 2014 committee meeting.
Make a motion?
Second.
Councillor Enright.
Yes.
Councillor Walker.
Yes.
Councillor Barlow.
Yes.
Is there any old business? Seeing none, new business. Michael Smith, DPW Commissioner, has received a request from Jacqueline Thorpe of the Tobacco Free Network of Central New York for use of public space for the 2015 Warm Up Oswego Festival. Commissioner?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, as you know, Warm Up has been an ongoing program for us for many, many years now, and this is just the next installment of it. And,
Hi.
Answer any questions you might have.
Jacqueline, would you like to say something?
Sure. We're just asking to use this pretty much the same spaces we have over the last 10 years. So if there's any questions, I also didn't include the bandwagon. If weather permitting, we would like the use of that as well.
The bandwagon, we have a fee for that? You aware that there is a fee for use of the bandwagon?
I'm aware of it. I think in the past you may have waived it. I don't know if that's a possibility now or not.
Commissioner?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, because this is a city event, we wouldn't be,
Okay, thank you. Any other comments here? Anybody have something to say? Commissioner?
I have one comment, a little caveat on the advance and the weather may be a factor, so we'll have to decide at the time when we can get it in place for you.
Okay, you're going to make that call? Mike, you're going to make that call for the band?
Yes, I'll make that call, along with the committee, one more committee.
Okay. All right, any more questions?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Councillor Enright.
Yes?
Councillor Walker.
Yes.
Councillor Barlow.
Yes.
And we need a resolution?
Yeah, Commissioner, could you make that resolution?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, making a motion for adjourn?
Make a motion.
Second.
Councillor Enright.
Yes?
Councillor Walker.
Yes.
Councillor Barlow.
Yes. I'd like to call to order the Planning and Development Committee. Clerk, please call the roll.
Councillor Van Buren.
Here.
Councillor Walker.
Here.
Councillor Todd. Councillor Barlow.
Here. Can I get a motion to approve the minutes of November 3rd, 2014?
Make a motion. Second.
Councillor Van Buren.
Yes.
Councillor Walker.
Yes.
Councillor Todd. Councillor Barlow.
Yes.
Counselor, just a question. How many do we have on the committee?
4.
There's 4 on this committee? Okay, because I'm looking at the revised, and I see 3. Counselor Barlow, Counselor Walker, Counselor Todd.
Oh, okay. When I spoke to the mayor, I thought we were going to leave it as is and change it later. But if he got the revised, that's fine.
Counselor Barlow is chair, and then Walker and Todd with it. I'm just trying to. Okay, so there's only 3 on the committee then.
You can strike the myself.
On to old business. Does anybody have any old business? Seeing none. New business under discussion. Mary Vanaus, Community Development Director, requests discussion regarding the NYSERDA Community Solar New York program. Director Vanaus?
Chairman Barlow, councilors. The Central New York Regional Planning Board has been very successful in the past year with the Solarize Syracuse campaign. They also did Solarize Madison County 2 years ago. They have invited Oswego and other communities within the 5-county region to participate in a new initiative through NYSERDA to solarize central New York. And they're inviting us as one of the local governments in the area to participate. We can, each consortium of communities can apply for up to $5,000. What they plan to do is pool this money so that we get a whole solarized campaign for all of the 5 counties. And this initiative has increased the number of solar installations for residential solar and for businesses in Syracuse, Onondaga County. They were getting about 20 solar installations a year in Syracuse. Last year they had 77 with the Solarize campaign. So this is something that they're asking if we would like to participate, and I hope that you'll consider this and give it an affirmative vote of support. Thank you.
Any questions?
So now, by participating, what exactly would be required of the city?
The city would only need to advocate for it, provide some meeting spaces for community meetings. The Central New York Regional Planning Board would apply on our behalf and do all the administration in terms of getting solar installers coordinated. And what they found with these solarized campaigns is it lowers the cost of solar installations by about 30%. So it's really a win-win for the communities and for the businesses and residential homeowners that participate in this. And then they also show them how to take advantage of all the tax credits and the various programs that are available for solar installations.
Interesting. Over the holidays, I happened to have a long conversation with a friend of mine. I think you may know him. But he works out in New Mexico for a solar company. And interesting to say, he said that the market for solar, he says, is really in areas like this, where people in the past have thought that solar wasn't possible here. And out in New Mexico, out in that area where there's all the sunshine, it's really getting saturated. And many companies out there working on solar, but in areas like upstate New York, he goes, the technology is such with the inverters that it's now becoming very cost-effective and efficient
And the
to do
cost of
solar.
photovoltaic solar has come down considerably in the last 3 years.
Well, it's coming down almost every month with the development of technology. The costs are plummeting on this. So I'm glad to see that this come up.
One other thing I'd like to mention is that NYSERDA is currently proposing a new program called New York Prize to advocate for microgrids throughout the state. That would be regional kinds of grid programs that would be collaborations. And if we have more independently generated electricity in these microgrid areas, it helps us to have more sustainable electric throughout the state. And sustainability and resilience are the key words these days throughout New York State, especially after Hurricane Sandy, and even with our own localized storms, to be able to generate electricity and provide it to the businesses and residents of the area on a microgrid system really helps the entire state to be more resilient when these storms and emergencies occur. Any other questions?
None?
I'd like to make a motion that we adopt this, going to this program.
Counselor Walker.
Yes.
Counselor Todd. Counselor Barlow.
Yes.
And we need a resolution.
I have a motion to adjourn the Planning and Development Committee meeting.
Second.
Counselor Walker.
Yes.
Counselor Todd. Counselor Barlow.
Yes.
At this time, I'd like to call the Administrative Services Committee to order. Please call the roll.
Counselor Van Buren.
Here.
Counselor Enright.
Here?
Counselor Capelitz.
Here.
Counselor McLaughlin. Counselor Todd.
You get a motion to approve the minutes of the December 1st, 2014 meeting?
So moved.
Second.
Counselor Capelitz.
Yes.
Counselor Enright.
Yes?
Counselor McLaughlin. Counselor Van Buren.
Yes.
Counselor Todd.
Any old business to come before the committee? Seeing none, move on to new business. Just before we get started, I want to make a comment about the setup that we have here. We discussed it with the other counselors and wanted to change up the format for committee. We still want to encourage public involvement during this session, but just to make it a little more orderly, we'd like people to come up to the podium. You'll still need to be recognized by the chair of the committees to speak, but we think this allows for better discussion between the counselors and a better discussion between the public. A lot of times before it can kind of get chaotic with a lot of people wanting to speak at once or some people getting passed over. So we thought that we would give this a try for a little bit. It's not to say that changes might not come or we go back to the old way, but for now we'd like to try and change some things up. With that being said, move on to number 1 under authorization. Barbara Sugar, City Clerk, has received 9 applications for 2015 solid waste collectors licenses, and the companies have deposited with the City Clerk's office the licensing fee of $500 for a major hauler and $50 for a minor hauler. Mrs. Sugar is requesting authorization to issue the solid waste collector's license for the year 2015. Mrs. Sugar? Any questions?
I just have one question.
Councilor Enright?
Yeah, Mr. Sugar, what designates a minor hauler? So, I mean, do we have many minor haulers here? I know we have Butler, that'd be a major hauler. What?
There are a couple.
So the majority here is majors. Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions? Councilor Capelitz?
Does that include, like yard waste and things of that sort? How does that work for landscaping companies?
I don't believe that they're included in solid waste.
Any other questions?
I'll move.
Counselor Capelitz.
Yes.
Counselor Enright.
Yes.
Counselor McLaughlin.
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren.
Yes.
Counselor Todd.
Item number 2, Tony Leota, Acting City Engineer, requests approval of change order number 4 for the construction contract with CO Falter Construction Corporation for the West Side EFMF and pump station upgrade. EFC project number C7-6344-19-05 in the amount of $0 for replacement door on swirl concentrator with a new RFP door. There's an attachment. Is there anyone here to speak to this? Seeing none.
I'll move it.
Just looking at the adjustment, we're within our limit. We won't be going over any threshold. This is within the safety net of the project. Anyone have any questions?
Yeah. Why we got to buy such an expensive door? I know you can't answer that, but
I believe I think we had a discussion on this previously. I'd have to check the minutes, but I believe we discussed this previously.
I'll hear a motion to table.
I made the
I'll second.
Counselor Capelitz.
Yes.
Counselor Enright.
Yes.
Counselor McLaughlin.
no.
Counselor Van Buren.
Yes.
Counselor Todd.
Moving on to item number 3, Caroline Anderson, Animal Control Officer, requests permission to accept Christmas donations for the animal show.
We received 3 very generous donations this fall from different individuals. The first was a bank of cabinets with a countertop for our surgery room from a woman named Connie Evans. She came to purchase them and deliver them for Theo Rose, not our knowledge, which was a shelter for any money. Another one is a bathtub for babies and dogs. Woman named Kim Petrie approached Ricky's about 5 months to go into the shelter, and the administrator said, no, we'd like to know this one. So we received a bathtub for the shelter. And then the final donation, we received 22 hot beds called Miranda beds for the kennel dogs. These were very, very nice beds, nice and easy to disinfect. A lot of shelters all over the country use them. A woman, Kathleen Collar, is a member of a nonprofit group called Dying Dogs in Need Everywhere, and she actually picked the Oswego Animal Shelter as one of the shelters she wanted to help this year, and delivered the beds to us personally on Christmas Day.
Well, we certainly appreciate all the donations. Anyone have any questions?
I'll move it.
Councilor Walker.
I'd like to thank Ms. Anderson. She's reaching out. People are coming to her, donating, and I think it's a very nice gesture that everybody's coming towards her and helping her out, so I thank her again.
Anyone else?
I made a motion already.
Second?
Counselor Capelitz.
Yes.
Counselor Enright.
Yes.
Counselor McLaughlin.
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren.
Yes.
Counselor Todd. And we need a resolution?
Thank you. Under discussion, item number 4, Deborah P. Code requests a discussion regarding the payment of public utilities and postage. Mrs. Code.
Thank you, Counselor. We currently have and have had for many years a procedure in place to prepay utilities required to use what is on the warrant for telephones, gas and electric postage. It's to avoid penalties for the utilities, and also we never know when we're going to run out of postage. So that has been for a very, very long time. But when the state auditor was here, it was suggested and recommended that we have a resolution in place to authorize.
Any questions?
Make a motion.
Second.
Counselor Capelitz.
Yes.
Counselor Enright.
Yes.
Counselor McLaughlin.
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren.
Yes.
Counselor Todd.
We have one additional add-on. Tony Leota, Acting City Engineer, we would like to request that the mayor be authorized to sign the professional engineering service agreement with GHD Consulting Engineers for East Side Wastewater Treatment Plant Generator Replacement in the amount of $52,900. Some of you may remember this came to us the night that we voted on the budget. The generator that's in question is a few decades old and is finally let go, and it needs to be replaced. We did that. Now the mayor needs authorization to sign it. Does anyone have any questions or comments? Ms. Capelitz?
Just a comment, it deals with the previous resolution, and that we didn't have a whole lot of information on, but GHD is our consulting, is our professional engineering consulting group, and they work very closely with the city, and we pay them to make good decisions for us and the taxpayers as it relates to the work being done in the consent decree. And as an example, the previous resolution was presented by our acting city engineer, but actually was recommended by our consulting engineers as far as what needed to happen on that project. So I just want folks to know the role that they're playing here, and they are serving as our advocate, looking at bottom line. That's what we're doing here with the professional services agreement, and that's what we do with the previous ones as well. So it would have been nice to have Tony here, but obviously Tony's no longer
Anyone else? Motion made.
Second.
Counselor Capelitz.
Yes.
Counselor Enright.
Yes.
Counselor McLaughlin.
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren.
Yes.
Counselor Todd.
And finally, motion to move into executive session regarding the medical, financial, or credit or employment history of a particular person or corporation, or matters leading to the appointment, employment, promotion, demotion, discipline, suspension, dismissal, or removal of a particular person or corporation.
Make a motion.
Motion made.
Second.
Counselor Capelitz.
Yes.
Counselor Enright.
Yes.
Counselor McLaughlin.
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren.
Yes.
Counselor Todd.
Second. Joanne, any other business to come before the committee?
Move to adjourn.
Counselor Capelitz. All in favor? All in favor? Thank you.
Drive carefully.
All in favor?
You beat you to it, buddy.